Well, I've been waiting here to call my heart doctor's office about my feelings that I'm going to collapse and that I'm going to faint. So it's 9 a.m. Actually, it's 9:10. I just called, and I never know what day it is or anything. Anyway, I called and got a recording that office hours are 8 in the morning to whatever 5 at whatever it is, Monday through Friday. I had to ask the ex-wife, what day is this? Is this Saturday? And she said yes. So I just came in here and I pushed the button. Okay, I don't think you can see that. Let's see here. It's right here. I guess I need to make this so there's a little more cord here. I don't want to disconnect this thing now in the process of sending this data. And so it's doing a dump of all the data from my pacemaker. And actually, tomorrow, tomorrow it was set up every 3 months. It's set up to automatically do this dump. But I just went ahead and doing the dump to them early. There we go. Everything on my pacemaker, and I mean it. It records everything. Once a year, I go to the heart doctor's office to, actually physically go in there and see. And they do a dump then. But oops. Anyway, I do then once a year when I go. And when I go in, you have to fill out a little bit of paper, even though everything is on the computer. And I log in and with my other regular doctors, I log in from home, and I can go look at my lab work and all that type of stuff. But like when I go, like I think in 15 years or so, maybe it's been longer since I had the pacemaker put in. I know the first battery lasted 10 years. I'm on my second battery. I know that they ask you, to fill, they give you the thing and check the insurance and all that kind of stuff. And then there'll be a question like, has your heart been pounding? And one time it had been really pounding, which was strange. I was at home and everything. All of a sudden my heart was pounding. I thought, that's odd, So when I went into the, cardiologist's office there or whatever, I checked, yes. As soon as I really liked my cardiologist, by the way. So when I went for my, that had been a yearly thing. So when I went in, he, nope, Jim, your heart hasn't been pounding, not at all. So anyway, I was going to call the office and tell them, the doctor's office today, and say, I was going to kind of play it down because I didn't want them to say call 911, and I didn't want them to say, well, come on into the office right now. I mentioned the other day in several videos, I think, that I had signed up for, and now I've been approved to use the Fort Worth, whatever it's called, So what I can do is, and will do, I haven't done it yet. My ex-wife has used it, very rarely. She used to use it sort of regular because she would go to Walmart and do grocery shopping, and my grown son would, help her, and they would get 2.5 or so baskets full, and load that onto the bus, and um, but anyway, I now have a card and everything, so I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to be able to hopefully, schedule my doctor's appointments and things, and then, but I have to do it a day ahead of time, but that's fine, because I'll be, it'll be more, longer than that. They'll schedule me a doctor's appointment, and I don't know, it'll be, 6 months. My regular doctor would be like 6 months appointment, okay. Heart doctor would be like a 1 year appointment, But I'll be able to call a day ahead of time, tell the service where I'm going, and when I want to be picked up, and then they'll come here and pick me up, and it's $4 both ways. So I'll be paying $4 to go, and then when they pick me up, $4, and you can have an attendant go with you, and that's $4, for that. So anyway, here I am. I've dumped the data, and a machine someplace is reading it. The office is closed. I don't know how they do things, but I was a little bit concerned about calling, and that's what I just did. Tried to call the office, thinking they'd say, "Well, you better call 911, or come on into the office today." And scheduling. I don't want my daughter. She's done it over the last few years many times. Taken me to a doctor's office, and I don't want her to have to do that now. She lives about 45 minutes from here, and so this being able to schedule an appointment, and and I've offered to use Uber, but she's been afraid for me to use Uber, because of the virus, and everything. So anyway, like I said, I was kind of afraid that they might say, "Well, come into the office today." Well, today's Saturday, so that's not going to happen. I guess I can say how to do that. I can send an email to the office, I think. Well, I just looked actually. Something happened. I must have deleted it. I had my regular doctor on there, but I had the cardiologist thing on there. And, well, it'd be in my LastPass thing, so I can go down and pull up, and I guess I have to I think all I have to do, though, is just log in with my username and my password, and then so it'll be set up. So what else is going on? Quite a while back, I been using Manicam for a long time, years. I don't know how many accounts, with them. Lifetime, all this type of stuff, where I paid, and I guess a new company, bought them out, or they sold to a new company or whatever, and the new company has come in, and well, there's some debate. And the new company came in and said, you know, that the lifetime ways that you can sign up, they're not going to have that anymore. And the people who already have lifetime, you can use it like for one more year or something like that, and then that'll be the end of that. Manicam works so well for me. I would, as long as it's continuing to work, if they do, you know, say, okay, because we're on, I think, version 8 now. Now, I've had that in the past over the years. I've signed up for I don't know how many things that were, you know, lifetime. And one was AC/DC, which is still around, and they only had like one product back then, and it was excellent. And I paid, I used it, I liked it, and it was supposed to be, you know, there again, you know, you have lifetime access or whatever. I didn't actually use it for a while, and I went back, and they, you know, and a whole bunch of people have done things like that. They've said, I forget which ones, but some of them will be, okay, you know, lifetime access to our, you know, video editing software. And then I go back, usually after a long period of time, because usually I pay for this stuff and I never use it. But I go back, and then it's been, well, that was version 11, but we came out with a new version, version 12, and you don't have access, you know, to that. So it pisses me off so much, you know, that they do that kind of thing. But Manicam has been so good. I'm actually signed up. I've been signed up for a long time to run an advertisement for Manicam, and you know, get a commission when somebody signs up and, you know, signs up for it. I've never implemented the link or anything. Anyway, well, part of the reason is they, like a whole bunch of these other companies, they don't really handle that themselves. You know, they go through some other company, and they handle it. And in the beginning, a long time ago, I think before, you know, YouTube and all this kind of stuff, there were a bunch of services that did things like that, and they were all a pain in the butt. That's when I had my, well, I've been streaming video for a long time, but this is before really, you know, this is before YouTube and all that kind of stuff. More it was like WordPress blogs and stuff like that, and I would put in those, you know, links. So if you purchase this or you purchase that or whatever, I would, you know, get a commission, and nobody ever clicked on them. And then they had things like that with the companies where you were using, you know, going through, because those companies, their business was getting other, if you have a product, let them handle, you know, the, and it would be things like, you know, maybe somebody would, you know, purchase something or spend something or whatever. It was mainly for services. No, it was for products too. But these companies would have things like, well, we pay you when you have $100 worth of commissions. So I don't know how many of the, I finally just gave up on companies like that, because I would, in fact, I think I actually signed up with, I think I have another someplace YouTube account, a second YouTube account that I signed up for many, many years ago, and I never used it. Well, I used it a little bit because I had $50 or $60 worth of credit or something with, you know, with them, and their policy at then, I don't know what it is now, and I'm not sure it was YouTube, but anyway, they didn't pay out till you had $100. So occasionally when I'm going through something, you know, checking LastPass or something, I go through and I find that link. What the heck's that link? I click on it. It says they owe me $50, but they don't pay till it's, so. Manicam is, it's a good product. I know a whole lot of people though are using, what is it? Because they keep, and I used it for a while. What in the heck is it? It's the one that's probably because it's free, probably much more popular than Manicam. But I like Manicam the way it's set up, kind of set up for simple people like me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this morning.